Hey, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today as part of our TISO Hospitality Fall Speaker Series. My name is Anthony Lai, Student Affairs Program Manager here at TISO. Today, we welcome back Elizabeth Sheils, co-founder of Rock, Paper, and Coin. Elizabeth will provide us an online tutorial on her company's contract and invoice software. Whether you are an event student needing some extra assistance in creating your event contracts, or if you are an event planner yourself needing guidance to better help you streamline your business, Rock Paper Coin offers you the ability to upload your contract, drag and drop editable fields, sign electronically, and send. And there's many, many more features provided in this live online tutorial provided by Elizabeth. If you have questions during this webinar, please use the Q&A and chat feature to submit your questions. Again, also if you're experiencing any technical difficulties, again, drop your queries on the chat feature. So Elizabeth, I'm going to hand over the speaker to you. If you don't mind sharing us a little bit about yourself, and then go ahead and proceed with your tutorial. Thank you.
Great. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm very excited to chat with everybody. So as you know, my name's Elizabeth, and I am a past wedding planner. I got into the wedding industry back in 2009, and I have been a planner since. I set out to streamline the wedding planner woes on the back end about 3 years ago with my co-founder, Nora Sheils. And we basically wanted to create a software company that would allow wedding planners the ease in the booking process, not only for them, but also for the vendors that they are working with to bring together a wedding for their clients. So I am thrilled to be able to show you the inner workings of Rock, Paper, Coin. As you have questions pop up, feel free to throw them in the Q&A. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll dive right in. All right, so here is the homepage for Rock, Paper, Coin. And right away, you'll notice that we have a very user-friendly interface. So without any instructions, you can see how you can invite a current client, you could send a contract, or you can send an invoice. We did this on purpose. We do not want to have a high barrier to entry to access digital contracts or payments. So feel free, you guys can all sign up for Rock, Paper, Coin completely free today and use the code WED20, and that's WED20, and we'll make sure to say that at the end again. So this is going to be your homepage. You'll log in and you have an activity feed. The activity feed is basically what have your clients been up to since you last logged in. You can keep it as a running to-do list, or you can simply click on the X to dismiss items and keep it short, simple, and act as reminders. Up top, you have all of your indexes. The client index is going to be like an electronic binder of all of your clients. So you can see your clients are all going to live right here. And if you have multiple planners or you plan to grow a company that does have multiple planners, you can assign clients to a specific planner or change them out here. Now, what's great is that if you are looking for a particular client, you can, of course, sort alphabetically, or you can even go ahead and just type in here. So for our purposes, I'm just gonna find a client. And here is a client, her name is Claire, and she had a wedding this last summer. This is an activity feed, almost think of it as like a receipt. What has Claire been doing with all of her vendors? So, various things from making payments to signing contracts. The next tab over in Claire's current client binder is going to be her contracts. Now, these are all contracts that are just with her own clients. So, you can see here that she had hired Bridal Bliss for wedding planning, and then she hired Dream Cakes as well for her cake baker. As her wedding planner, I have access to viewing all of her vendor contracts on the client binder. And next is her invoices. These are all of the invoices that she paid through Rock, Paper, Coin to her various vendors. So you can look at, this vendor, say, Hey Hallie, and you can go in and actually view all of the invoices and see when she paid things, if they're overdue, if they're unpaid. So you really get to act on her behalf. Now, the last tab is her vendor tab. And this is going to be a complete vendor list of who she's hired for the wedding day, trying to keep everything in one place. Now, me as her wedding planner, if I want to invite a vendor on her behalf, I can simply click on this link to invite a vendor and have them join RPC to keep this as a full vendor profile. When you go to post a picture from the wedding, you just simply log in and you can see her whole vendor team, so you know you make sure to tag everybody appropriately. Now the note feature, this is like a fun little section that's just visible for only you and your company. So if you have, let's say, the mother of the bride has anxiety, you can leave little notes like that. You could say, you know, timeline, flowers at 4 p.m. Again, these are just things that are going to be visible to your team, so you do not need to worry the client doesn't have access to this. As the wedding planner, you have access to all of these tabs to get a look into what your client has been up to with her entire vendor team. So not only your company, but also with all of her vendors. Now back at the top, but here, we'll go over to this contract index. The contract index is really just going to be built for your own company. So these are all of the contracts that you have sent out to your company. You can, again, search, you know, by alphabetical order, by who sent it out, or the status. So Rock, Paper, Coin has a couple of different statuses. We have overdue, which means that the contract has become expired. We have signed, sent, and draft. And so the application will take care of all of the notifications. So once you send out a contract with a due date, we'll follow up with that client 7 days before the due date, 3 days, and once it becomes overdue, we'll actually go ahead and notify you about the overdue status so that you can get in touch. I'll come back and show you how to build out a contract or a template as well. So now invoices. Here is where you can see all of the invoices between just, again, your company and your clients. So these are clients that are booking your business, and you can, again, sort alphabetically. You can see the status, and that way you can kind of just at a quick glance search for something if you need to find an invoice. As I mentioned, you're able to have multiple people on your company profile. So if you do plan to have more planners, or you currently have additional planners that help on day of, you can add team members, and then all of the team members are going to appear in your list, and you can see how many clients you're working on. You can then go in and click and play around with their clients and see what they've been up to as well. Now, My Wallet is one of my favorite features. So this is our kind of bookkeeping feature that we're continuing to update and refine. Your Pay To account, this is really important, as this is going to be where Rock, Paper, Coin deposits the money into your bank account. If you click on this green arrow, what's going to happen is it's going to show you all of your transactions. So it's going to show you the charge, the client name, and the invoice with the amount that was actually deposited into your bank account. Now, Rock, Paper, Coin, we've partnered with Stripe as our payment provider. The great thing about Rock, Paper, Coin is we're trying to bring everybody under one platform, so we go out and negotiate rates with the payment providers. So you don't have to worry about that. Right now, our processing fee is just 2.5%. So this fee right here is going to be the invoice amount minus that 2.5%, and that's what gets deposited into your bank account. So you can do, at quick glance, you can export this into a CSV or a PDF and then send it off for tax seasons. It's going to be so nice to have everything just kept in one place. Now, if you would like to still record or cash your check, you can absolutely do that on the platform, and we'll still notify you of all of those transactions and when you recorded them, again, exporting it so you do keep everything in one place for your business. The charge account, I'll just go over that. That is going to be where you won't have any subscription fees, but if you were to have a subscription fee, if you didn't join, say by the end of 2020, you would then fall into our subscription model. If you ended up wanting to have a client had a dispute and you had a chargeback, that's where that would fall. So it's really rare that we would ever use your charge account, but that is what it's there for. Under your profile, you're going to have a personal profile and a business profile. Your personal profile is just where you're going to set your email notifications. It's going to give you some of the credentials that you have, your contact information. Under your business profile, this is where you will have a little bio, your social links and information. Eventually, when we get to a place of a little bit more of being search engine for couples, people will be able to search you, view your profile. We have plans to host a portfolio with lots of pictures, so couples will be able to find you as well. You will have your email preferences for branded emails. So if you want to have branded emails sent, Rock Paper Coin will import your logo, that's right here, and it will appear on all of the emails. It will also say in the title that it's coming from your company name. So instead of saying, you have a new invoice from Rock Paper Coin, it would say you have a new invoice from Bridal Bliss. So just making sure, every touch point that you're having with your potential clients, we want it to feel authentic and branded. Down below, you will have your kind of administration, how many users you have, if you have admin users versus just regular users. An admin user for a wedding planner is somebody who has the capabilities to send a contract or an invoice. So keeping that in mind as you onboard people. So we'll go back to our homepage now, and I just want to show you how easy it is. So if you have a new client that is excited to sign up for Rock Paper Coin, you will use our invite button. Here you will enter in Joe Schmo at. And then what you can do is you can actually send it as one full package with their contract and their invoice. You'll go ahead and you'll just click send, and it's going to take you to the contract portion. Now we can enter in a contract name. If you know their event date, go ahead and throw that in there. And same with an expiration date. As I mentioned, we'll track when something goes overdue, so it's important to set an expiration date. If your company needs to sign the contract before sending, you can do that. I'll just go ahead and say no. And then I'm going to keep it on upload contract. Now, I'll show you how to build out a template, but if you did build out a template, they're all going to fall right here, so it's really easy to use. I'll toggle back over. I'll show you kind of the longhand way, even though it's really easy. And I will click on a contract to upload. And so this is just where we're kind of building out that contract portion. So once you see that everything is populated and set, you're going to click prepare. Now, for those of you who are familiar with a drag and drop, that is the software that we're using at Rock Paper Coin. So you can see as the contract loads right here, you're going to be able to scroll down. You can then drag over if you need initials. I'll skip through because I think probably everybody on here gets the idea. And then at the very bottom, you'll drag over a signature and a signature date as well. There are a lot of other fields that you can pick from, but for right now, we'll just use those fields. So my contract is now ready, and I will hit continue. At this point, it's going to package up the contract with that invitation, and we're going to move on to the invoice section. What's great about the invoice section is that you're going to be able to completely customize it to how your business operates. So you can add an attachment if you need to showcase, whatever it is that they're purchasing from you, or if you have like a design board or something, you can do that. Otherwise, we'll just go ahead and say they're going to book a full service package. This is a quantity, so I'll show you how that works. We'll just say our full package is $5,000. But I want to add on another line because maybe they're adding in a travel fee, and it's for 3 hours at $50 an hour. We're going to take care of all that math for you. Your invoice structure here, you can select from one of our predetermined payment structure plans. 2 payments, you get the idea, it's going to split it into 50-50. If you wanted to do 4 payments, you get the idea. Now, I love the custom amount because if you don't take even payments, a custom is going to allow you to set the amount. So let's say my first installment is $1,000 and I want that due right now. And then if I don't want to do the math, I can click on this link and the application is going to take care of that last payment for you. So here we would be all set to go, and you can change it up as needed. Now, if you wanted to add in a discount, you can do either a dollar or percentage or leave a note and just say, no, thank you. At this point, I'm all set. So I'm going to go ahead and hit send. And that is how we invite somebody to the platform, send a contract and an invoice. So it's literally just takes a couple of minutes. We want to build it as easy and simple as possible to really streamline your life. Now, what's great is if we want to go back to that invoice, just want to show you something. Let's say that they're changing their mind on something and they want to add a quick, update. So I can go in and click update, and I can change anything on here. I can change to 2 payments, 3 payments, 4 payments. I can even add in another line item. So it's really easy to customize. I could just say, an installation fee at $200. And let's say I change my mind. I don't want to do that, but now I want to do 2 payments. It's going to track everything for you. And then all I have to do is click update if I don't want the client to get notified quite yet, or hit resend, and the client will get a new invoice. So I'll go ahead and just click resend. It's going to take a minute and send the invoice. Back on that invoice, I will show you how to record a cash or check or make a refund. So here we have some setting wheels where you can record a payment. You would pick a date and just say what date you got that check on, and we'll take care of all that for you. So as we go back to the contract page, we have a template feature here. Now the template feature is great because you can just upload a new template into the file, go through the markups as we did originally, click save, and it's going to land in here with all of the markups already saved. So when you go to build out the contract, it's going to be really easy and streamlined because you won't have to drag and drop those fields. So a couple of things I just wanted to highlight for you. We're in our first year still of being live for users. So we're young, which is why we're offering you this one-time lifetime membership completely free if you sign up with Rock, Paper, Coin. Again, it's that code WED20, so WED20. You'll never have to pay a subscription fee for our services. In addition, we are working with Google to integrate with Google Docs. So probably towards middle of winter or so, we will have a documents feature. This is going to integrate with your current Google Docs, and it's going to allow you access to shared documents with your clients. So now you can keep your timelines, budgets, floor plans, menus, all in one really accessible place. Everybody will have different settings. So if you want mutually editing abilities, then you would just set that for your clients and they can write comments, they could make changes, sending it back and forth. The purpose of the platform is to just have one source of truth for the wedding community. It is really sticky and messy planning a wedding, and I know the pain points all too well. So we are hoping that this platform can be one place where vendors, planners, and couples can all interact seamlessly. So I just showed you some of the high level points of Rock, Paper, Coin. I would love to, I'll go ahead and just stop sharing my screen right now and just see if anybody has any questions. I'm happy to dive more into specific features to show you more of the ins and outs.
So Elizabeth, while we wait, how do we access that software? Do we go to rockpapercoin.com and click on something?
Yes, great question. So everybody can go to rockpapercoin.com, and then there is going to be a sign up button. Just make sure wedding planners do have different functionality than, say, a wedding vendor, like a florist or a cake baker. So when you're going through the sign up process, we actually do ask if you're a wedding planner or a wedding pro. Just make sure to click on planner when you're signing up so you make sure to get that full access.
All right. I think that might answer Ethel's question. Ethel asked on the chat feature, does she sign up as a client or does she sign up as a vendor?
Great. So yes, Ethel, just make sure if you are a wedding planner, make sure you sign up as the event planner. If you are a vendor that's offering services such as like florist or the cake baker, then yes, definitely sign up as the vendor. The great thing about Rock, Paper, Coin too is that we're an incredibly small team. So we are currently, if you sign up incorrect or if you have questions about onboarding, we are happy to work with you and we'll make those changes on the back end just to make sure that you get situated into your profile correctly. In addition, once you onboard, you will be able to be assigned a direct account manager. So you will be able to ask questions. You will be able to feel fully supported. We are a live team here to make your lives a lot easier and hopefully more streamlined.
All right, and I also believe Willette has a question. It's kind of cut off on the Q&A feature. So Willette, if you're on, I'm going to allow you to talk. So you're on the panelist. If you have a question, you can ask her directly.
Hi,
Willette.
Hi, Anthony. Actually, my answer was my question was just answered. I was asking the same thing about the contracts and the invoices. So I think it's a very handy tool. So another question, the 2.5 interest or 2.5 processing fee, does that ever go up, or because of the membership that we come in, can we just keep that forever?
Exactly. Yeah. So you would just only pay when you sign up with Rock Paper Coin. The only fee you're going to pay is that 2.5% to accept payments. It will
Okay.
never go up. If anything, we really hope to actually have it go down. So Nora and I, we obviously wanted, a software to help make our lives easier. But the other, passion that came out of this is we were so tired of paying high retail processing rates and just high subscription fees. We weren't doing enough business of hundreds of thousands of dollars to go out and negotiate. So
Right.
we thought, well, it exists in other industries. Why don't we bring everybody under one roof and one umbrella, and then we'll go out and we negotiate all of those rates. So right now we're not charging for our contracts because we were able to negotiate that rate so low with having so many people on the platform that that's not something we're passing on. So that's why it's completely free, and we just have the 2.5% processing fee now.
I like that because, I've done a couple of weddings and events, but what I don't like is I've been with Wedding Wire, and some of the other companies that have been trying to get me, and I don't want to pay that monthly fee because this is on the side for me. It's not full time.
Yeah.
So I don't want all that money to go to waste because there's months where there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
I like this. I like this a lot.
Oh.
And I like that it's user friendly.
Yes, that I am not technologically savvy, so I will be the first to say it has to be user friendly for me to use it. So I worked really hard with our developers to make sure that this was streamlined and there was no steep learning curve because we just all want to do what we love, which is plan weddings, design.
Right.
I don't want to spend my time building out contracts and invoices. So
yeah, awesome.
Good.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Willette.
Thank you, Willette. All right, so we also have Ethel. So Ethel, I'm going to bring you to talk. I believe you have a question about, will you provide email?
Great question. So, the inquiry management and pairing with emails is something that is very touchy. I could probably give an entire presentation about how many people love or hate inquiry management. So for our purposes, yes, we eventually want to get into inquiry management, which would then link and sync up with your email. It is a lot, and it is something that we need to do a ton of market research because frankly, what's out on the market right now isn't working. We hear when we talk to planners every day, we hear that's a major frustration. So that's something I think there's some area for a new way to look at how to manage inquiries and integrate with emails. So if you're up for it, Ethel, I would love to, pick your brain more about what you want to see for a platform, because that is something that is currently on our list for future functionalities. As I mentioned, we're still just in that first year. So we have quite high aspirations for what Rock Paper Coin is going to become, and that will definitely be one of the things we tackle.
And to our audience, whoever wants to reach out to Elizabeth, she can be reached at elizabeth@rockpapercoin.com. Listed on the chat feature.
We are honestly here to help. We are happy to talk individually, one-off, about what your company is looking for. So please do not hesitate to reach out, and I mean that very sincerely.
May this end this a little bit short, but does anybody in the audience have any questions for Elizabeth?
Great. Well, thank you so much. And as we mentioned, so we are so excited to be doing a raffle for a $100 Amazon gift card today. So I will work with the attendee list and we'll just draw a name at random, and then I will be getting in touch with the winner and send it to you via email. So thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here today.